Also said, I am personally proud of the ruins of Gaza and that every baby, even 80 years from now, will tell their grandchildren what the Jews did.
All right, watch this carefully. This is May Golan, an Israeli politician, a government minister, and one of the most outspoken right-wing voices in Israeli politics. And in this interview, Piers Morgan asks her a very simple question. Not about Hamas, not about October 7th. He asks her one thing. What would you do with the Palestinian population? And from that moment on, everything changes. Because instead of answering, May Golan talks about trauma. She talks about funerals. She talks about Hamas. Anything except the question. Let's play it.
Smotrich went to more funerals this year than you went in your entire life, okay? His entire family.
How do you know that?
And his, wait one second. Wait one second.
You have no idea how many funerals I've been to.
And
how do you know that?
his entire friends, because I tell you, he went to hundreds and hundreds of funerals from his own community. His heart was broken. We are wounded. Our ministers are wounded from the sights we saw. I wanted to tell you before and you stopped me. As the Minister for Social Equality and the Advancement of Women, what I saw that women have endured, your eyes and your mind could never comprehend. The fact is that we have children in Gaza today that the interview before was talking about that are being raised on they are being raised of killing Jews from the second they are born. This is what they say. And you know what? If you don't believe me, you can talk with the hostages that came back from captivity. And
what would you do with them? What would you do with them? The Palestinians.
With who?
The Palestinians. What would you do with them?
Well, first of all, this is not an issue now with the Palestinians. This is not an issue with the terror regime of Hamas. In my idea,
but I'm asking you what you would do with the Palestinian population. What would you do with it?
I don't know. Would you like to accept them or we eliminate the terror of Hamas? Would England accept them?
Piers Morgan asks her again, very clearly, very calmly, what would you do with the Palestinians? And she still won't answer. This is the key moment because the distinction matters. Piers Morgan isn't asking about terrorists, he's asking about civilians, an entire population. And May Golan knows that answering honestly would sound horrific to a Western audience. So she deflects, she reframes, she avoids. Now watch what Piers Morgan does next.
Well, let me read you. Let me remind you of some of the things that you've said yourself. Yeah. All right, during an October 24 rally in support of Jewish settlements in Gaza, you said there should be another Nakba, referring to the 1948 Palestinian displacement of hundreds of thousands of people. You also said, I am personally proud of the ruins of Gaza and that every baby, even 80 years from now, will tell their grandchildren what the Jews did. That was in February, you said this. You want explicit violence against Hamas and Palestinians. In February 2024...
Against Hamas, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We want to eliminate every terrorist of Hamas. Let me tell you that.
Hang on, I haven't finished yet. I haven't finished. Sorry, I haven't finished. I haven't finished yet.
Oh,
in December 2023, you said, I don't care about Gaza. I literally don't care at all. I mean, and I could go on reading you stuff you've had. So my point is, you say that Smotrich and Ben-Gvir, they're the right-wingers. You're sounding pretty right-wing yourself.
I'm a right-winger as well.
This is where it gets brutal. Piers Morgan doesn't insult her. He doesn't shout. He doesn't even argue. He just reads May Golan's own words back to her. Calls for another Nakba, saying she's proud of the ruins of Gaza, saying she doesn't care about Gaza at all. And suddenly, the human shields argument doesn't land the same way anymore, because intent matters. And then comes the moment she probably didn't expect. May Golan admits it. She says it openly. She's a right-winger. Let's watch.
I'm a right-winger as well. Right. Absolutely.
Would you say you're an extremist?
That doesn't mean I take any pleasure of an innocent Arab man or woman or child in Gaza suffering. But the fact is that you all, for some reason, refuse to acknowledge is that Hamas is using them as human shields all the time.
I've never denied that. I've never denied that.
I want to ask you, Mr. Morgan, you think...
I know what Hamas do.
I wanted to ask you something. You care very much about the Gazans, right? I want to ask you something. You know,
I care about Israelis too.
All right, pause it there. Piers Morgan asked a direct question, multiple times. What would you do with the Palestinian population? And May Golan never answered it, not once. So I'll leave it there. Do you think Piers Morgan was being unfair here, or was he exposing something she didn't want to say out loud? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.